Well, good morning. Here it is, Monday morning, and the week has begun. Are you ready? As I sleepily wipe away the dust, because if I was to relive this time period, I haven't even been born yet. 55 years ago, I didn't really come around for another 12 hours. So I've got a little bit more time yet before I complete that 55th year. But I wanted to take a look at it this morning and say, like any good thing, take a look at what was the last 55 years look like. I'm going to give you 55 lessons. No, I'm just kidding. Double nickel lessons. Just probably my top five, at least at this point in time. So as it come into my awareness, this is what's top of mind, but I'm hoping that you get a little something out of it, and I get a little something out of it, because these are the things that are going to push me forward or take with me for the next couple days, next week, next year. Good morning, Lisa. Welcome. And let's keep going, right? So there's a lot more within you than you think. You might have heard that, but I really did experience that. In the last 5 years, there's things that I thought, well, they weren't humanly possible. Total career change, focused on helping people in another country, doing things here that I probably would have never thought of being able to do. But I'm still thinking too small. I realize that. I think about thanks, Lisa. Thanks for the happy birthday comment. I'm still thinking too small. So if you're thinking about, your retirement, or you're thinking about, so how do I save and what am I doing? Or you're thinking about, I'm blessed to teach 20 kids this year, you're still thinking too small. If you're thinking about being part of a team to cure, a disease, you're thinking too small. Maybe if you're thinking about, being the lead on helping America, the world, get to Mars, you might be getting there. But there's so much within us that we don't even think about. We just kind of go through the day trying to do the next thing, trying to get to the next thing, trying to build and get to that dream, or work on those steps to realize, what's the lifestyle I want? And so you build up that, and you get the income that matches that, and you're able to go around and do various things, but you're still thinking too small. There's so much potential. If we start thinking about ourselves only, we're going to have a very small vision. If we start thinking about what can we do for the people around us, how can we help them advance? So maybe we've been very blessed with, ability to go and step up and get to a point in our life that we're very comfortable. We've achieved a lot, at least from our perspective, achieved a lot. But then finally, it isn't a lot. You might even, if you look at some of the obituaries of people, they've been very busy. Their name is on this center or this park or this, organization, or on, various other aspects in the community. They're always donating, and it's great. Those people are needed in the place, but there is a lot more potential than we think. So I'm telling you, don't think that small. Think larger. And because if you think larger, then you know that you're going to need others to be with you. And I've seen that, and I'm experiencing that, especially in the last 20 years is really, and I should have really thought about this sooner, So that leads me to point number 2, get a mentor. Have somebody that's cross industry that, you develop a relationship with, to help you out, to think larger, to think into how to grow yourself, how to develop, how to walk through life at a higher level. So I've been talking about apex level, and I really believe that we really see the rock in front of us. We see the obstacle, or we see, well, okay, it's just step over this little tiny rock and keep on moving. But I don't think we think about the fact that there's something greater that's beyond. That there's something that we have to accomplish what we're going to accomplish right now, but it's leading to something bigger. So if you tend to see this, and when you go back in time, I know I've seen this myself. How did I get to where I am today? And I had a number of jobs from the time I graduated college to the time I completed over 30 years in banking. And there was a number of jobs. And each time I took that job, I had a higher set of responsibilities. I was challenged in different ways, but I started building along that way more confidence. And again, if I had a mentor really assigned to me, or I picked one, really worked with that, and then kept getting additional mentors to really challenge me and push me further and really work with me, and not just, kind of, well, it's my side job. I'll give you I'll help you out with a couple of thoughts and then keep moving along. But being able to check in weekly, getting away from the workplace and being able to spend time with that person, other than your family members. I think you really need somebody beyond your family, and you need to have somebody, a mentor that's already in a position that you want to go, or in a similar position that you want to go to, so that can give you the lessons that they've learned and keep you moving along, finding opportunities to move into that. So don't get static. Don't stay there, where you're at, but getting a mentor will help. Even in high school, I really needed a true, what they had was, you're assigned to a faculty member, and they were to give you, education, insight. And what I ended up with the art teacher who was the hockey coach. Well, that didn't align with me so well. Maybe I could have arranged for a different faculty member. I don't know, but he kept me away from the higher end algebra and the higher end physics and those things that would have perhaps gotten me more information or more ideas on how to expand my mind beyond just the rote stuff, because he didn't think you needed much more than just basic algebra. You're good for that. Basic science. Who needs that stuff? Just art, and really not art, but hockey. So your mentor should be somebody that can stretch you and not put their perspective on what you should do, but be able to talk into your life and move you forward. And really develop so related to that is number 3, is develop your skills. Develop my skills. In the last 5 years, I've developed my skills, I think, at a greater rate. Now I'm still think I can do more. There are more thoughts. There's more way to cultivate. And I thank Eric for the wonderful opportunity to take 11-day awareness at this point, to walk through journaling and thinking about what is it about where I'm at, my presence, and where my mindset, and what I want, where I'm going. So even though I've already walked through a similar exercise, it's good to reflect on it and keep going back to it. And number 4 is be present. So what is be present? It's really, and I posted this in a meme a couple days ago, and I got a comment that says, okay, so if I'm to focus in on this moment, what do I do? Meditate? Well, that's one option. You can reflect. You can go and take a walk. Take a walk and find one item that you're going to continue to see how many instances there are. I was taking a walk the other day. I was looking at how many different types of birds, because in this particular area, there are a number of different types of birds. So looking at those and seeing, well, they're different in how they act. And, some were a little more aggressive in the same type. So it was really fun. It was great to be able to do that, but be present in the moment. So if you're having a conversation, or you need to have a conversation with someone, and I find this often, take the time to spend, or not take time, spend, invest time. Invest time with someone and focus in on what they are saying at that moment. Because if you don't, you're going to end up in trouble with a spouse. Oh yeah, dear, I'll take care of that. Perhaps. There's lots of cartoons, a lot of things in our daily TV watching or whatever that relate to that. But what is it that's important? The person in front of you is important. Taking time to change the tone of people around you is important. You can have a lot of discussion in the water cooler, but where is that going to get you? As a leader, you are a leader because people look up to you one way or another. People are looking up to you. You may not have a position, but you have people looking up to you. They're looking at you and they're saying, okay, Joe is doing this. Wow, I like the way he focuses on this, or I like the way he gets his thoughts out to people, or I like the way he summarizes or he lives this. He's here working hard, giving it all his every day. So those are the things that people will see, but it's based on your attitude about your intentionality. So live each day with someone that you're going to help beyond yourself, beyond your usual people, your usual suspects. There's somebody that's waiting for you. And it might be the person behind you in the grocery line that just needs a comforting word or a smile or a good morning and how are you doing? The person taking care of you at the register. Be friendly, but invest in listening to them at that moment. How else can you practice it? Just taking time, just taking a moment, allocate a moment to reflect or to do an exercise that helps focus your mind for that particular moment. Okay. So the last one is forget the critique. Too often I'll have found myself just, oh, this didn't go right. And I'm building up this large evaluation. And sometimes that's just building up my own perspective, my own filters. And I'm never getting to the point where it is the question that I need to ask. Why did this happen? What's the whole story or more of the story? We'll never get the whole story. Even if we spend and take time and invest and build a relationship and build this person up, we'll never get the whole story because we don't have time in a universe of thoughts at 60,000 thoughts a day. We'll never hear all 60,000 thoughts that person's hearing, thinking, and living with. We won't understand them from the inside. So we're never going to get the whole story, but we can take the opportunity to ask questions, to find out more about that person, to grow ourselves. Maybe they're, again, it's a mentor. So ask questions about that person and what they think. That's what I found would be most successful. What I'm going to take forward, these are really the 5 things that I'm going to take forward this year on top of thinking at the apex, really thinking beyond. So stop looking at the mountain in front of me, stop thinking about the next step up, but also, but thinking more about, okay, when I get to the top, I'm going to be aware of a new surrounding, about a new opportunity, but I can start planning today. So that's about developing. Bonus, here's the bonus. Return the call. We're getting, more and more people saying, well, I don't get my calls back. I've experienced it last week. I don't get my calls back because people can't even return a call that you place. Return the call. It's a minute. Forget the text message. If you promise to do a text message, then do a text message. If you do a call, promise a call, do a call. Show up when you said you're going to be there, right? And do the little things. I don't do this perfect. I still have a long ways to go. And in the last couple of years, I've fallen on my face. Before you and before, God and all, I have failed. Yes, I have failed. And all I can do And all I can suggest for you is get up, take this day to make a new significant day, make a difference, change the way you were approaching life yesterday. Keep building yourself, be resourceful for today, live today so that you can prepare for tomorrow. Because there is a ripple effect. There are people that are looking there for you to be stronger, to live longer. Good morning, Derek. Welcome. We're just finishing up here. So it hasn't been smooth. These are my lessons. These are the ones that I found top of mind last night as I was thinking about what I was to impart. And really talking to myself, you take something away. Be well. I hope you enjoy. And thanks, Lisa, for all those wonderful notes. I'm glad you were able to stick with me throughout it. For the others that may be listening, because it's a little too early for them in the Central Time Zone. Hello, Wisconsin. Go Pack, they won, yes. And so many other things that we are looking for. Today's the day. Today is the opportunity to grow and to be more effective. And in, just 12 hours, I'll have completed my 55th year. I'm happy about the number. And I'm looking forward to my 56th year when I'm doing the things today to make that even better. So be well, take good things, and note about yourself. What are the thoughts you're thinking today? And what are they saying about your awareness? What you can do to improve and fill that gap so that you can be even more thinking at the top and thinking beyond and thinking greater about yourself than you have been. Be well.